What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So today, going straight into a Game Week 14 team selection, a quick review of how we got on Game Week 13, some potential transfers that I'm going to make, captaincy, and a few other exciting bits. Game Week 14 starts on Tuesday. Do not miss the deadline, so that's why we're going into this Game Week team selection so early in the week. They're coming thick and fast, but the videos keep on rolling out, so stick with us as we get through the next hectic schedule. How I got on in Game Week 13, I made no transfers, as you can see below me. Ramsdale in goal scored me 7. Very happy that I've gone with him. Still, I think the best goalkeeper to own in the game at the moment. Sanchez did return 8, outscored him by 1 because of a bonus point. A late change that Ramsdale got is taken off him, but still very happy with that. In defence, not as many points as maybe we're used to in recent weeks. James with a 1, Cancelo 1, and Trent again with a 9. Trent continues to perform. Now, Cancelo and James were quite unfortunate to lose their clean sheets. James with a mistake from Jorginho, and Cancelo from a very late goal from Lanzini. So still pretty happy with this. That back four with the goalkeeper as well. I'm just so happy that I've got set and forget for me for the majority of the season, I think. Very happy with that, despite maybe some lacking returns this week. In terms of the midfield, again, Salah gets his return. Only 6, double to 12, but captained by everyone, so happy with that. Gallagher, 2, a bit disappointing. Crystal Palace weren't as good in Game Week 13 as maybe they had been previously. Let's hope that those returns come back for Gallagher. Foden and Son both didn't play. We'll get into my auto subs in just a minute. And then Jota with 14. The highlight of the game week, 14 points for him, 2 goals, a bonus point as well. So happy that I brought him last week. He's been a great asset to own. If you don't own him, you're definitely thinking about buying him for game week 14, if not game week 15, as it sounds like Firmino is still going to be out for a while. And up front, more returns. Antonio 2, Wilson 2. Luckily, Wilson didn't pick up his yellow card, which means he is available to play Norwich in game week 14, but still no returns up there. In terms of the auto subs, White and Livramento came on for Foden and Son. White with a 6, I was very happy to get him off my bench, but Livramento with a 0 against Liverpool was the second player off my bench. So 1 good auto sub and 1 practically useless one as well there. This overall gave me a score of 56, so pretty happy with that. An okay game week, slightly above the average, very slightly. With an overall score moving up to 860, a game week rank of 1.5 million. So again, not bad. It's an okay overall game week rank. 88k last week and a small green arrow, as I said, being slightly above the average, moving up to 83k overall. Let me know how you got on in Game Week 13 in the comment section down below. But now let's move on to some potential transfers for Game Week 14. As I said, some potential transfers for Game Week 14, but just before I do that, a little bit of an announcement. Over Christmas, you may have seen I announced on Twitter, I'm giving away all the money I earn from YouTube to a charity called Action for Children, which helps children in the UK make sure they've got the best childhood they can, especially over a time like Christmas. There are lots of ways that you can help support the channel. This starts on Wednesday from the 1st of December. Join as a member. There are 2 tiers if you fancy joining. Super chats in streams if you want to donate. Give thanks on the thanks section below on any video, or if you just want to support and just continue to watch my videos, including those ads at the beginning over the Christmas period, all of that ad revenue, all of that goes to charity. It's not much. I don't earn very much from YouTube, but it's something I can do to help support a great cause. So if you do want to get supported, drop it in the comment section down below. I want to say first and foremost a big thank you to everyone who's already joined as a member to support. So we've got 2 tier 1 supporters in Stian and Simply FPL who just joined. They get a little benefit of some emojis, some call outs in live streams, and then our tier 2 premium members who get added to a group chat on Twitter, which includes me and all the other tier 2 members, as well as you get team updates exactly when I make my transfers. You can ask me questions about your team, everything like that. So tier 2 and tier 1, all of that, your membership in December does go to charity. So if you do fancy joining, now is a great time to do it. But back to the video, but that's how you can support if you want to this month. Moving back to those potential transfers now, there are a couple of players I'm considering transferring out. The first is Foden. If he's out injured, again, for Game Week 14, I'll have to sell him. And the next one is Livramento of Southampton. Now, they don't have a great run of fixtures. The past couple of games, they've not performed very well. So if Foden is fit, I do have 2 free transfers, so I will want to use one. So Livramento could be replaced to strengthen my bench a bit. In terms of those potential replacements, if I go for a midfielder, Cornet is a good cheap option if I don't want to spend on a Man City option. If not, a Man City midfielder in either Bernardo Silva or Gundogan. At the moment, Gundogan is probably my favourite out of the 2 in Bernardo Silva or him. Cornet, again, Burnley have a nice run of fixtures for the next few weeks and over Christmas. He's very cheap, playing up front, out of position. And that price, I just think, is much better than maybe some of those other mids. I could go for him, although it is a Burnley attacker. If I went for a defender, Lamptey has looked great, playing on almost the right wing for Brighton, or Dyer when there is potentially better fixtures for Spurs than there are for Brighton, although Lamptey seems to be being taken off after about 70-75 minutes, so it's great if they keep a clean sheet and then concede a goal late on in the game, which is very possible for Brighton. It happened last week. So those are my potential replacements for those options that I could be transferring out. Foden will go if he's injured, Livramento if he is not, Gundogan and Cornet likely to be the midfield replacements, or Lamptey and Dyer for Livramento. So with that in mind, let's get into that all-important Game Week 14 team selection. First up is that all-important predicted transfer. So I do have 2 transfers, so I am predicting that I make 1. I don't think Foden is going to be ready for Game Week 14, so Foden to Gundogan will be my move. If Foden is available for selection, I may still make this move because it frees up money for moves that I could potentially do later, or Livramento to Lamptey. Given that he's played a lot of minutes recently and is getting slightly early subs to potentially rest him, that would be my backup move, but for the time being, Foden to Gundogan is what I plan. In goal, Ramsdale starts again. Now, Manchester United away, not the best fixture, but they've not been scoring a lot of goals, United, at the moment, and Arsenal have been defending well. I expect Ramsdale to get a few save points if it's not a clean sheet as well. Still very happy with him. In the defence, we start off with James. Now, I think there's a chance that he gets benched and rested in Game Week 14. Watford is a great chance to rest him, although Chelsea will want to keep up the momentum, given that they dropped points against Manchester United the weekend. I do have an okay bench who can come in if James doesn't play. I will start him in the off chance he starts, but I'm a bit worried he may get a rest this week. Next up, we add double Manchester City. So Cancelo and new potential signing Gundogan. Although this transfer has not been confirmed, I do think he'll be in my team. If not, it'll be Foden, so I'll have double Manchester City either way. A good fixture. Villa have looked pretty good. They've scored 4 goals and conceded just 1 in their past couple of games under new management Steven Gerrard. However, I do expect Manchester City to still be a class above them going into Game Week 14. Next up, we add triple Liverpool in Trent, Jota and Salah. Again, very happy with these. I do expect them all to start this week. There's a slight chance that Trent gets a rest, although it is a Merseyside derby and it is away. So I do think they'll want to win this game. Despite how poor Everton have been, they'll still want to put out a strong lineup to show the fans what they want and win what is a very big game for them. Next up is Conor Gallagher, who has Leeds away. Now, Leeds have been better, although still conceding chances, I think. I hope Conor Gallagher maybe gets back into some of those more advanced goal-scoring roles that we've seen in recent weeks from him. With Milivojevic back in the team, he's not been as great, but I'm still happy I've got him. He's still a great price at 6.1 million. If you are looking for a cheap midfielder, him or Cornet would be the ones that I'd go for. A good fixture. Let's hope for a bit of a bounce back from Palace after that defeat in Game Week 13. And finally, we have a fully rested Son. So hopefully no snow in Brentford to get this fixture cancelled. They will be rested, whereas Brentford had a fixture against Everton. Although this was a very boring match, Son and Kane and the rest of Tottenham will be much more rested than that Brentford team. So hopefully some returns for him, because it's finally time for him to get returns or he's going to be moved out of my team. He's been a bit of a disappointment since I signed him. He's blanked and then had a game called off. Although that's not his fault, I would like some returns from him at some point. Finally, we go up front and we have Callum Wilson, who has Norwich at home, and Antonio, who has Brighton at home. I looked at this and I have 1 striker return since Game Week 8, I think it was, and that was an Antonio goal. It's been about 6 weeks I've had 1 goal. Surely with the fixtures of Brighton at home and Norwich at home for Wilson, I'm going to get something this week. If not, I am fully cursed, but I am pretty pleased with the fixtures they've got. A lot of people have sold Antonio. Not that many people own Wilson, so a bit of a differential partnership up front. Let's hope for some returns finally from my forward duo. The rest of my team has been carrying me the past few weeks. Come on, Antonio. Come on, Wilson. I need a forward goal. It's what you're in the team to do. Score some goals. On the bench, Foster, who seemed to have picked up an injury, but Ramsdale is fine to start. Livramento has Leicester at home. White is away at Manchester United, and Davies again last on my bench. Pretty happy with that. Livramento will likely be called on because I expect a little bit of rotation in midweek, but that is how I'm lining up for Game Week 14. So before we wrap up, let's do my captain for this week. There are a few players that I would consider. Salah, Everton away is still a good fixture. Jota and Trent, both the players that I would be looking at. They've performed well Salah hasn't been as explosive recently, and Jota and Trent both have, so are worth considering, although I'm quite happy just owning them. The final one is Son. Now, I did say that they are rested. Brentford have played more recently. They had a week off with the snow, but at the time of recording, Salah is my captain. Son is my vice captain. I don't expect that to change. Salah is just so consistent. If you have enjoyed the video, please do consider liking and subscribing. Drop any questions in the comment section down below about your teams, anything like that. If you fancy joining this channel to join as a member, to donate, or just to watch these videos to help charity over the next month, make sure you are subscribed. Turn on notifications as well for live streams, again, just to help you support that charity as much as we can over the next month. But I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you all very soon.